Well, everyone, hello. Good evening. Welcome for those here live, which the numbers are increasing sharply as I speak. And for those watching on demand, tonight I'm doing something I was never expecting to do. I've been doing this for 16 years, and I never really did any stream like this. Tonight I canceled my late night gameplay stream, which was supposed to be a chill interactive stream of Stardew Valley, because of world events that have just happened. Heinous events, awful events. And for the record, today is July 13th, 2024. Okay? 16 years I've been a YouTuber. I've never really experienced something like this right now. Where like I actually realized life is being disrupted so much by what just happened that everyone's going to be talking, everyone's going to be, wanting to discuss this. And I didn't see how I could possibly do my regular late night stream. Because I would be so distracted. You know that everyone would be wanting to talk about it. Everyone would want opinion, want to discuss certain things about it. And therefore, how could I possibly do a regular gameplay stream, right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, all right? There was an attempted assassination of former President Trump at his rally in Pennsylvania this afternoon. Well, I guess it would have been evening because it happened, I believe, just like around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. So that would have been like 6:30 p.m. Eastern time in Pennsylvania, United States. And what I'm going to attempt to do is just give you some facts and or what people are surmounting to be facts as of now. Nothing has officially come out at all from anyone. No news media actually knows what's happened. All we have are eyewitness accounts of people with their phones, basically. Okay? So here's what's going on. Trump is at a rally in Pennsylvania on stage. The crowd is behind him. The crowd is in front of him. So he's surrounded by, his supporters. And as he's talking on the podium, all of a sudden you can see him go just like this, like there's a reaction, like he felt something. And then immediately he realizes what's going on, and he bends over and hunkers down behind the podium. And then the Secret Service swarm in over the podium and basically jump on him, forming like a human shield pile around him. Of course, everyone has their phones out. Everyone's taking pictures and video from every direction, trying to figure out what is going on. And Trump emerges just barely from this human shield pile, pokes his body out. You can see the top of his ear, this side ear, has been basically damaged. Now, you can't tell if it was blown apart, if it was cut, but basically it's severely damaged. There's blood coming off of his ear, and there's streaks of blood across his face, okay? So he's basically in the pile, and he actually just goes like this with his fist. He goes, fight, fight, fight. And then he allows the human shield group of Secret Service to take him away off the stage. Now, chaos ensues, because no one knows what the hell is going on. Police are swarming the stage. They're swarming the area. They're looking all over to try to figure out what's going on. And as more footage started hitting the internet, on social media, and I want to emphasize this, it was social media that made this story pan out the way that it has, because mainstream news had no idea what the hell was going on and didn't want to cover it at all in a capacity where they would misreport it. So they literally would just say, we don't know what's happening. If you follow social media, there's posts from all these people who were there posting up their own accounts of what happened, and people are trying to piece together what's happening. First of all, it is very sad, ladies and gentlemen. It apparently is official. Someone has lost their life. The bullets that were meant for former President Donald Trump hit someone in the crowd, and the police saw that the person was deceased, and had to basically get them out of there right away. So there's actually footage of them like grabbing them from each limb and just yanking the body out of the crowd and trying to get it out of the stands, because it was such a horrible situation. They didn't want to have mass panic. In addition, apparently, they found the shooter. Was apparently across the street from the rally on a rooftop, and there's actual footage of the police going up on the rooftop and taking out the shooter. Now, when I say that, there's no actual footage of the person being shot or apprehended. It's just pictures of police up there with this person. So whether or not this person was arrested, whether this person was taken out, nobody knows, okay? Now, more information is coming out about this, but the level of insanity and conspiracy coming out from all over the place is wild. I've seen insane conspiracies. Oh, this entire thing was a staged event. This didn't really happen. This was just to help, Donald Trump's campaign. Oh, actually, this is an inside job. Obviously, it was the Democrats who tried to assassinate Donald Trump today, and therefore the head of the Secret Service should be arrested and fired. And it's like, so of course you got to read all that nonsense, and you're like, why can't people just for once, for 1 second in their lives, be level-headed and try to approach this with a very analytical mind of what really is going on, instead of immediately jumping to the crazy extremes that just screw up everything? Because what happens is, instead of looking for facts of what's going on, you get the angry mob here and the angry mob here, and the two sides butting heads instead of anyone being rational. Okay? I hate this about America. I hate this about the world right now. Again, everything's black and white, right? No one can actually know what really happens because we have to either hear this spin or this spin to the two extremes. And it's just disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting that this is what happens immediately. I'm not even talking like little big social media influencers and stuff coming out. Oh yeah, this was totally staged. I can't believe that this would be real. It's bullshit. It's all fake. And on the other side, oh my God, the Democrats are trying to kill Trump. I'm like, oh my God, man. Do you not understand how harmful it is to say that? If you're someone on the internet who has any kind of influence, people believe what you say is fact, even though you're talking out of your ass. You're creating an angry mob. Why do you think this event just took place? Because of hyperbole, because of years of both sides of the political spectrum going at it, instead of saying, okay, we don't see eye to eye. Here's why we think we're right and you're wrong, and here's why we're better for the country. Instead, they say things like, the other side is evil. If the other side stays in power, the country is going to be ended. It's going to be destroyed, right? People will die if the other side wins this election. You can't say shit like that. You just can't. That is gross, harmful hyperbole. And if you're someone in a position of power, a politician, when you say things like that, you are rallying up an uneducated, ignorant mob of people who don't know that you're just rallying emotion for the election. They actually think you want them to go out there and do something like this. You cannot speak to people like this if you have influence. But people do it all the time now. It's become rampant. This internet age, it's become rampant that people have no feeling of responsibility. You know what? That I know this is a cheesy saying. With great power comes great responsibility. Uncle Ben, a fictional character, is smarter than 99% of the people on this planet. When you have power, you have to wield it properly. You can't just throw shit out there because now everyone hates each other. It's this whole my way or the highway. Either it all goes my way or the whole world is ending. You're completely evil because I'm completely good mentality. You can't have this in the modern world. You have adults thinking like this. This is not children who are thinking and acting. These are grown adults who are now doing these things, saying these things. And this is going to harm our society irrevocably. You know? I think something happened a few years ago, all right, during the whole COVID era. It was very eye-opening because I actually feel like this is the truth. Before COVID hit and so many people died and the whole thing was mishandled by everyone around the world, right? There was lockdowns, there were mask wearing, there was mandatory vaccinations, yet people still died, right? No one knew how to handle it. What happened was we all had this very ignorant feeling like people in power knew better than us, that these people who are politicians or people in power, that they're mature, they're responsible, they're smart, they have plans in place to help us all in case of something going wrong. And then when COVID hit, 100% what we saw was that none of that is true. That there was no governments that were ready for it. the people in power who we think are smarter than us and you know, they're going to take care of us, have no idea how to do that or what they're doing. And therefore, we have to fend for ourselves because there's no help coming. These people are just as immature as anyone else. They're just as dumb as everyone else. They fool us into thinking that they're smarter, but they're not. You know? So I'm not surprised that here we are 4 years removed from COVID, and we've got world leaders saying things like my opponent is Hitler, or my opponent, you know, if they continue the way that they're going, this entire country will fall apart and things will go wrong. So you must vote. It's shock. It's emergency. You must do this. You must vote this way or do that way. I mean, you get people who will 100% believe that. And then they will take action based on it. Okay? That was very polarizing what happened many weeks ago there with that debate between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump, where Biden performed incredibly poorly. And he basically looked like a decrepit old man who couldn't even keep a straight thought about what was going on. Now, is that the case? I don't know. I don't know Biden. How the hell would I know if this is the case or not? I don't know if he's fit to be the president or not. But it made him look so bad. And now what you have is a country so divided, right? And now you get this happening, and it's like, I can't believe that this is where we are. Again, I've been doing YouTube for 16 years. Not once have I seen anything this serious happen to the point where, like, there is no way I can even go business as usual. I couldn't do a stream tonight of gameplay with what's happening in the world right now. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do an impromptu chill stream. All right. If any other news actually develops during my 2 hours of my stream, we'll talk about it. If any official news outlets actually report news instead of, oh, we don't know what's going on, it would be great to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So, man, my mind is blown. It's like melting. I'm getting a headache just sitting here thinking about what's going on. It could be the heat, too, because it's very hot here today. But I just don't know. I'm afraid for our future here in this country. You know what I mean? Like, you know me. You guys know me. I stay out of politics, correct? You very rarely see me get on a soapbox. I don't know if I ever showed you guys this. Hold on a second here. Someone made this for me. I'm going to show you this. Someone made this for me to use on my streams. They said, if you ever want to start talking about, you know, something important, you can actually stand on your soapbox. Here you go, right? But you guys know the truth is that I don't usually do stuff like this. I wouldn't sit here and talk about this stuff because to me, I feel like what my job is, okay, is that as a video game streamer, as a podcaster, because I am a podcaster now, whether or not people like it, I'm a podcaster now. I podcast pretty much every day. And as someone who has social interaction with you guys on a daily basis, I feel like what my job is to give you guys consistency and to give you an escape, right, from all of this stuff going on. During COVID, I really was happy that so many people told me my streams were the place that they found solace. They went away from all the horrible things happening in real life, and they were able to come to the streams and unplug from that and just relax. That's what I want to be for you guys, all right? But I don't know how I can do that tonight. I just don't know how I'm supposed to. I don't understand how I could, you know, like just to sit here and ignore what's going on. And the other thing is, with Stardew Valley, that's supposed to be a chill stream. What's a chill stream? It's when we talk together. Well, what's everyone going to want to talk about? Right? I know the number one topic that will want to be discussed. How am I supposed to concentrate on that game and discuss this? I can't. It's not possible. Okay? So I've now covered the groundwork of what just happened. All right? I don't know what specifically people want to discuss about this. By the way, tonight is not about contributions. If you guys wish to contribute, by all means, please do. It's a normal stream for me. But at the same time, there are things that are more important than me raising money on a stream. So if you want to contribute, thank you for that. But I'm not going to be sitting here bringing it up or talking about it. I will shout out anything that comes in. But I'm definitely not going to be doing any of that kind of stuff on the stream because it's not about that. Okay? Cool. All right. So I just want to see what happened here. So you guys already came in and started doing stuff. We had Bloom Kit, 12 months as a member, saying I'm legit scared. This isn't good. I mean, yeah. And if anyone who isn't scared about something like this happening, honestly, anyone who isn't scared should be. And I'm not trying to basically say, oh, you know, the sky is falling, panic or anything. But we have 4 months to go till the election. And we've already escalated to the point of attempted murder. So what happens next is the question. Like, we've already left the realm of reason, the realm of order, the realm of law. It's gone. It's out the window, right? So I don't even know what else to say, you know? It's pretty nuts what's going on right now. Joe Man, 37 months as a member, mortified about the events today, terrible day. Completely agree with you. Black Cat did a super chat, and Eternal Napalm re-upped their membership. So there you go. Okay, so, I mean, any late night chill stream, usually what I would do is I would open it up. Wow, you're gone. I'm not even going to address what that idiot just said in my chat. Get them right the hell out. I'm not even going to repeat that on my stream. Wow. Okay. So, what I will do, let's do some talk back and forth. Let's do some Q&A. Oh, I didn't put Black Cat on the leaderboard. Let's do some Q&A. Or just back and forth. It could be about anything. We don't have to talk about what just happened. We don't. In fact, if you want to talk about other topics, I am definitely open to talking about other topics tonight. It's just that there's no way that I could possibly play a game right now. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. Okay? Okay. So let's see. And by the way, this is a Q&A impromptu stream with my audience. This is not me doing a special politics stream. That's not what this is about. I definitely would think we're going to talk about other things other than what just happened too, but we will discuss that too. Yeah, this video will be monetized on YouTube because I have a right to do that. This is not me monetizing painful stuff. This is me just having a chill night with my audience, and I have the right to monetize this streaming video, and I'm going to do that. And if you have issue with that, you can kiss my ass. No, I mean it too. Like, enough is enough with you people. You can seriously just kiss my ass. I don't care about you. Okay. So, let's see what you guys would like to talk about tonight. Okay? Let's see. What was for dinner? Slow cooker, boneless, skinless chicken thighs in a spicy sweet heat barbecue sauce. After being slow cooked and basically pulled, we put that over Texas toast. And then we had a side of mashed potatoes and green beans. So there you go. That's what was for dinner. Thank you for asking. Okay. Sounds really good. It was. It's really good. And the thing is, my wife has so many recipes. But we tend to, when we start doing certain recipes, we'll do them over and over. And then we forget the other ones. And I keep telling her, you got to keep track of these recipes because you have so many good ones that we forget half of them. And then what'll happen is 6 months will go by. And then out of the blue, we'll remember, oh, yeah, we used to do this and it was insanely good. Let's do it again. So we start doing it again. And then we forget the other recipes. That's what happens. Like this vicious circle. Okay. Let's see here. Do I like really spicy food? I like some spice in my food. I like it to the point where you get that extra flavor. Hell, I even like it if you get like a burning sensation, like horseradish sauce. Actually, is pretty hot and it makes my eyes water. But I really like horseradish sauce when I'm eating like roast beef. I think it complements the roast beef nice. What I don't like is spice level that's so hot that you eat it and your mouth is just won't stop burning. Like, I like a spice and a building spice, but I want it to go away. I don't want a lingering spice that's so bad that my sinuses are unloading down my face, that my eyes are so super watery and crying at full speed. You know what I mean? I'm coughing because I can't breathe because it's so hot. I don't like that at all. I don't know why people do like that. The thing is, for example, I do. Here's a story I've told before. All right, and I used to work when I was in high school. I used to work for a health food store called Everything Yogurt and Salad Cafe, and it was owned by an Indian man. And he was younger. He's probably in his mid to late 20s. And it was actually his parents owned a bunch of franchises. He owned one. His brother owned one. So there were all these franchises around the state in Connecticut were like family-owned businesses, right? And so one day I'm working there, and his whole family comes in. And they bring homemade Indian food. Now, I had never even experienced Indian food yet at this time in my life. I didn't even know what it was. So I was very interested. I was like, oh, what kind of stuff is this? And his mother, who, elderly woman, says, oh, do you want to see? And I take it back, it was his grandmother was there. And she says, do you want to see? And she opens it up. Now, it looked it was a curry is what it was. It was like a vegetable curry, green, I remember. And it just looked like curry. She opens it up, and my face went. It was such intense spice coming out of the curry into my face that I was like, oh, it felt like someone punched me. I was like, oh my God. And of course, the whole family laughed at me. And they said, that's because you're white. They said, because you're white, you don't know what spice is. In India, we eat this all the time because our food is kind of very bland. We have potatoes, right? Curries and things. We have to put intense amount of spice into the food to make it appetizing because otherwise it's too bland. So that's what they do to kick their food up. And so there's entire cultures based around extreme levels of spice. And they made fun of me for it. I was like, it was my first experience with something really spicy too. I was like, all right, I get it. You got me. Like they knew I was going to react that way. But anyway, yeah, but that's what I mean. Like that level of spice, I can't handle that. I can't. I like something with a little bit of burn that it builds up, and you get that flavor. Like I just had a curry last week. It was chicken vindaloo, and it was good. But man, it got hot as I kept eating it. But the flavor was so good, I wanted to keep eating it. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to keep going. Okay. Oh, let's see here. I received a $3 tip from Dan the Man. Thank you, Dan the Man, for the first tip of the night. I appreciate that. It's good to see you here tonight. I hope you're doing well, especially in light of all this stuff going on right now. Okay. Cool. Oh, let's see here. Am I still going to eat Indian food after what happened last time with my toilet? Yes, it was worth it. I'm still going to do that. No, I don't know what tacos de machaca are. I've never heard of that. Slayer says, I had a kind of spice yesterday. It was a Samyang spicy stew instant noodle. Yummy. Mark says, I'm an Australian. I'm shocked by this incident. I wish President Trump the best. Haven't you already had people like JFK and Lincoln assassinated? Why is gun violence so common? So a lot of people don't remember. In the 1980s, someone tried to assassinate then President Ronald Reagan. I was so young that when that happened that I didn't really know or remember it. Like I know that happened when I was in my first, what year was that? 1980 something. I can't remember. But it didn't click. It wasn't like news to me when it happened at the time because I was young and I didn't really care about politics or anything. You know what I mean? I mean, it was 81 that I wasn't alive yet. Okay, well, that's why then. I wasn't alive yet. Now, that was the last time, I think, that there was an attempted assassination either on a president or a presidential candidate here in the United States. I could be wrong. Maybe there was another time. But, to me, that's what I mean. Like, in my lifetime, I don't remember something like this happening when I was a YouTuber. I've been doing this for 16 years. I can't remember a single world event that was kind of this crazy happening like this, where it's in my home country, it's affecting me and my viewers, and it's like there's no way I can do a normal stream tonight. You know what I'm saying? Was I alive during the JFK assassination? Yes, you could call me Grandpa Phil. I must be really old, according to you, Don Fanucci. Wow. Wow. Someone threw a shoe at Bush. That is true. Bush was at a press conference and someone threw a shoe at him. I do remember that. That was George Bush Jr., by the way. George W. Bush. Today will go down as a moment in history. We'll remember where we were when this happened. I don't know if it's that momentous, but at the same time, like, I was in the middle of the final boss fight of the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC when all this was going down, and everyone started coming into the chat talking. I'm like, guys, you got to understand something. We don't know what's really happening, right? I don't know what's really happening. This is a gameplay stream. This is not a current events news stream. Please don't derail the stream. And we had to kind of put our foot down because there were some people who weren't listening. Like, dude, how am I supposed to possibly concentrate on what I'm doing for work right now if we got these people coming in derailing with this stuff? You know, allow us to all get our hands around what's going on and we can talk about it later. That's not what the purpose of that stream was earlier. Tonight we can talk about it because I opened the time slot so we can do this, you know? Okay. I received a $10 tip from PS3 True. This is insane. I saw a notification of it on my phone earlier. I was stunned. I'm completely speechless. I'm glad that he is okay. Rest in peace to the 2 that lost their lives. See, I don't even know that. I heard that one spectator lost their life because a bullet hit them. One of the bullets meant for Trump hit them. I didn't hear about another spectator, and I didn't hear about anyone else. I don't know what you're even addressing right now. And he says, I hope for a speedy recovery to the 2 other spectators. Thanks for talking about this. So apparently 2 other spectators were hurt. See, I don't know that either. You can't find official information anywhere, at least as of the time that I started this stream. There was nothing official anywhere. No news outlets were saying actually what happened. They just said they don't know. All right, Derek, I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, I know you probably really don't care about this. People are saying the shooter is confirmed to be deceased. Okay. Again, I don't know that. I'm just going off what you guys are telling me. Yes, I do agree this should be a moment for unity. It should. You would think that a moment like this, everyone should get together on both sides and say, listen, this is ridiculous. What's happened is we have polarized the country in a way never before seen. We don't want to create a civil war, so we have to stop. We have to stop with the over-exaggeration, the hyperbole, the incredible amount of irresponsible things we're both saying about each other, and we have to be civil and let the people decide from rational thought what needs to happen as the future of this country. Not this insane, over-the-top, you know, narrative of, oh, well, if the other guy wins, it's the end of the world. The other guy wins, we're going to have Nazis in the streets. Or the other guy wins, oh, did you know that the entire country will now be foreigners? Like, what? No, both of you are wrong. Both of you are horribly wrong. You need to stop saying these things. They're incredibly irresponsible. These people that you're speaking to, not everyone is that smart. You understand? Jade, I will see you Monday. Sounds good. So you guys got to understand something. This is exactly the reason why I'm not starting a DSP politics deal right now. This country right now is so divided, okay, that I am not going to light that fire and even play with that Pandora's box. I'm not even going to get close to the latch. I'm taking a step back and I'm like, I'm not formally doing this kind of stuff. I'm not. I refuse to at this point. I totally toyed with it. I thought maybe it would make sense. But then I saw the climate in this country, what was happening with this election coming up. And I was like, oh no, this is too dangerous right now. It really is. It's actually dangerous. And the sad fact of it is that there's so many people who are looking for this kind of shit to happen so they can capitalize on it. Right now, there are people, I wish this was a lie. I wish that this was an exaggeration. There are people that got this news for today, and they just did this. Now I have content I can make out of this. Yeah. Yeah. Dark Mega, have a good night. I totally understand. He says, I'm done with the topic for today, and we don't know any more facts, so he's out. It's all good. Have a good night, Dark Maggot. And by the way, we're not talking about this the whole stream either. Like I said, we're going to have various other topics we'll talk about too. I don't want to talk about this all night. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, oh yeah, this is a gold mine. A gold mine, because now I have all this content I can make based off of this. You know, these political content creators. And it's like, do you not understand that the content you make actually influences people to act in certain ways? And if you start making irresponsible content based off of today's incident, you will have mob mentality reactions in ways that you do not understand. You know, this is the thing with any of this mob mentality stuff on the internet. Listen, there's tons of people on the internet who like to make fun of Dark Side Phil. Okay, tons. And that, I get it. I'm a meme. I'm the lolcow, whatever you want to call it. I get it. Okay. But then there's the few fringe people who don't understand the difference between it's a running joke to make fun of him or let's actually try to hurt him. You know, the people that try to hack into all of my accounts, the people that commit identity fraud and theft in my name on a daily basis everywhere, people who have sent me death threats, threatening me, describing weapons they're going to come to my house and murder me and my family with. Should I continue? I mean, that's just the three off the top of my head. You know, I've been doxxed. I've been swatted. I've had all this stuff happen to me. And on a regular basis, I get things like false copyright strikes, people trying to steal all my money and shit constantly. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand that even though the intention may be a silly one, or maybe, you know, there's fringe people who don't get it. They will literally think that what you say and do is factually true. So for every bunch of people that laugh at duty streams or Memology 101 or a Tevin restream, there's a couple nut jobs who watch that content and say, wow, I wish that Phil was dead, because they say he's a horrible person. But they don't care. And that's what I mean. We have world leaders right now who are speaking in these crazy hyperboles, not understanding that they are motivating people to do extreme things. They have to stop this, because they're not just a restreamer. They're not just a YouTuber. Who cares? These are fucking people who are supposed to be our people in charge, who we look up to, who know better than us, who we elected because they're smart and they're going to do the right thing for the country. And they're saying ridiculously awful, polarizing things that are going to get people killed. They have to stop this right now. I received a $1 tip. This person says, crazy. 2020 COVID time now seems just like a cakewalk compared to now. Everything we've been going through recently is unprecedented, from climate change to economics to politics. It's just extremes. Correct? It's like extremes. Everything is extreme now. There's no more moderate normal. There's just extreme here, extreme there, extreme over here, extreme over there. And then we just have to live with these extremes. I don't get that. I certainly don't remember growing up with that. Everything was an extreme. Slayer says you can talk about politics in other countries and not U.S., like about their government system, which will not be controversial. I don't know what you mean by that, Slayer. I don't understand that. Legendary arcade role player, I don't give a crap about what Mr. Beast's statement is on anything. You can keep that information to yourself. Thanks. You want to talk about one of the most unqualified opinions on anything in life? The guy that got virally popular by pulling crazy, stupid stunts on YouTube and then put money into monetized philanthropy. I don't think I need to hear his opinion on anything. I'd rather talk to the wall. They probably know more. Oh, let's see here. Ricardo, thank you for a super chat. He says, you're great. Greetings from Costa Rica. Greetings to you, Ricardo. Oh, Slayer says, what I mean is maybe you can look into governments of other countries and give your take on that. Okay, so what Slayer is saying, now I get it. What Slayer is saying is, perhaps instead of doing DS politics and only talking about the politics in your home country of the United States, I can instead talk about politics internationally, right? Well, there's two things about that. Number one, I don't know if I really know about world politics enough to talk about them. I probably don't. And it would probably take me intense amount of effort to research world politics and see how things work in other countries to really even understand the structure to comment properly. That's number one. Number two, you may not realize this, Slayer. My audience is 52% international. 48% of my audience is from the United States. 52% is actually international. So I actually have more people outside of the US watching me than people in the US. That's crazy to think, but that's the truth. It didn't used to be like that. It used to be like, back in the day, I remember my analytics were something like 70-30, and now they're like 48-52. That's how crazy skewed it's become. So the thing is, God forbid that I decide to talk out of my butt about world politics because I'm uneducated about them, and I say something offensive or stupid or blatantly wrong, and then everyone just slams me for it because they actually live in those countries. They're like, wow, you're an idiot. If anything, if I were to talk about politics, I should probably talk about my own politics here. My local politics, the things that are going on where I live and things that are directly affecting me, and then politics of the country itself and things like that. But again, this is not something that I'm going to be doing right now. I can't. This is insane. This climate right now in the United States, this political climate, is so nuts with the way that things are going that I don't want to delve into any of that stuff right now. Tonight was kind of the exception. What was I going to do? How am I going to do a normal stream? I can't be that ignorant and just ignore shit. So yeah. Arca says, oh, the majority of your viewers actually are from the US, just not on your channel. Yeah, but you're talking about restreamers and morons who watch my stuff on detractor channels. I don't care about those people. Those people literally are as valuable to me as someone who farted into a jar and cupped it. It's like, oh, do you want to hear the opinions of them? Here you go. Have a whiff. Oh, you like it? Breathe nice and deep. Okay, I'll save those rest for later. And you close it off again. I don't care about them. Those people are a complete waste of time in life. There's no reason to waste time on those people. There's a difference between people who are critics and want me to improve and people who are only there to be toxic. There's a big difference between those two, and I've stopped trying to care about what those idiots think, that no matter what I do, it's never good enough. The fact that I changed my build 8 times in the Elden Ring DLC, and every time I've changed it, I was told, oh, I copied someone else's build because I'm copying an endgame build to beat the game easily. And I'm like, I did 8 different builds. How could I have copied one person's build to beat the game easily? What are you talking about? That's what I mean. The stuff they say is insane. So I'm tired of listening to and or trying to cater to anything they say. They're nuts. I don't care about those people. All right? I only care about the people who watch my content right here. Bloomkit, this is not the Trump assassination attempt stream. This is a late night chill, just talking stream with my audience. We can talk about whatever. Get it right. This is not a political stream, and you should stop with that bullshit. I know. I even used all the weapons the DLC gave me. I didn't even use a broken build that people already had known about. I just kept finding new weapons I liked and kept using those weapons. But somehow I'm abusing the game, and, okay, whatever you say. Yeah, now here's something. Apparently, Richard Simmons, the old, went into the oldies, Deal Emil, fitness guru guy, apparently passed away today. And, that's sad. Back in the day, he was known as not only that, but also a comedian and stuff. Like, he would actually have a lot of crossovers with other comedians and personalities in pop culture and stuff like that. I remember him from growing up, Richard Simmons, and it's sad that he passed away, but I don't know any of the details of that whatsoever because this other story overshadowed everything else today. Like, no one's talking about anything else. So that's pretty sad to hear that we lost him. Yes, I've seen Richard Simmons fitness videos. They used to show them on TV all the time, actually. Yes, we talked about that. That Shelley Duvall sadly passed away a couple days ago. I'm aware of that. yes, even though there's no Stardew tonight, we're still gonna have a fun chill stream. We still got a 90 plus minutes of it. You know, I felt like I want to do something different. We haven't done a chill stream in 2 months, by the way, so it kind of makes sense that we do one now. At the gamer, you're welcome. If you watch my content and you determine whether you want to buy something or not buy something based on my coverage of it, hey, I'm all over that. You know, sounds good to me. So I'm glad to hear that. He basically says that saved some money on something because they watched me play it and they don't want to play it now. All good. That's what it's about, right? Okay. How do you stay positive when you get older and you see more things happening that are bad? I mean, here's the thing. For as many bad things that happen in life, okay, you have to see the forest for the trees. What do I mean by that? You may just look and just see bad, 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 bad. What you don't realize is that you're also surrounded by things that are very good. It's just that when you're surrounded by things that are bad, you tend to only see past the good things to only see the bad ones. Or maybe the bad ones block the view of the good ones, right? There's many, many, many good things about life that I absolutely love and enjoy. You just have to focus on the good things you actually have. A lot of people, I feel, have problems doing that. When you turn on your TV and there's a million political shows that are, oh, bad, 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 bad. And then when you turn on YouTube, bad, 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 bad. And there's a million, this guy on this side, oh, they suck. This guy on this side, oh, they suck. If that's all you're hearing, because that's what they get their attention for, right? They get their attention for extreme panic mode content. That's what gets you to watch because you're scared. So you keep watching. You're hoping for a light at the end of the tunnel. But guess what? There is no light at the end of the tunnel with those people because they don't benefit from the light at the end of the tunnel. They benefit from the constant panic, the constant doom and gloom. What you need to do is look around you for the good things in life. You know, around me, I have so many good things. Listen, guys, tonight we're having a 2-hour interactive chill stream. Can I tell you something? This means so much to me that at a moment when a lot of messed up and weird stuff is going on in life, that I can sit down with my audience and just have fun conversation and hang out. That is incredibly meaningful. And I hope you feel the same way, that we can have this cool place to just hang out and be friendly with each other and civil with each other, right? That's what this is all about. That is so meaningful, all right? My family, my lovely wife, and my cat Jasper, and you know, the loving life that we have together here, the support that my wife and I give each other behind the scenes of all the personal stuff that's been going on this year between a million things that's been happening, you know, just all kinds of stuff. And you know, it means the world to have that, you know. Listen, I have no aspirations that I'm ever going to be rich and famous or I'm going to blow up or anything. You know, I'm in my lane now. You know, I know where I belong on level 1, I guess you could say, forever. And I guess that's it. That's where I'm going to be. And I've learned to be happy with that, to be happy and grateful for what I have, because understand that even though I may be much smaller than I used to be, I'm still happy, healthy, and able to do what I love for a living. And that's a lot more than what a lot of other people have. So I have to know to be grateful for that and never lose sight of that, right? Focus on those good things around me. It's like right now in my house, I have a busted bathroom where the whole thing's messed up. My toilet, my shower, it's all messed up, okay? I got a dishwasher downstairs that's busted. I can't afford to repair it, okay? Or replace it. I'm not going to repair it because replacing is about the same cost. I got other things going on in my life, you know, that I wish that I could take care of. I can't. Why? Because I don't have a lot of money, right? But those are the bad things. Those are the bad things. There's so many good things that are happening, so many things that I am grateful for, you know, but both physical and not. Like I said, the emotional love and support that I have for my wife, it means the world. It makes me be a happy person. It really does. If you can't tell, take a look at me now versus before I knew Kat. I dare you to compare the two. You see, I'm a different guy. I've completely been transformed by actual, true, deep, meaningful love with another person. Didn't have that before, and I was always kind of stressed and pent up and bad things in my mind going on, always upset about what everyone else had, insane jealousy, how everyone else was doing better than me, they didn't deserve it, why can't I have that, all those kind of awful feelings, right? And then I met the love of my life, and it changed me forever, you know? And that is true, Fed Roger. I look healthier too because I've lost weight. I'm less stressed, you know. But now let's be honest, there's other things too. Look at the support that I get, right? I mean, you could argue, yeah, but every day, Phil, when you're streaming, there's 3 other people restreaming you and they get way more views than you. Why do I care about that? I'm here. I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying my job. I make enough money to make a living comfortably, right? People like me so much, right? They like they like me so much that they can't wait to spend time with me. People can't wait to jump on a stream and see what I'm up to, whether it's a video game, whether it's a podcast, whether it's just hanging out with me here on a late night stream, right? And people like me so much that they want to see me succeed and they want to see me improve on things that I'm really trying hard at. You know, this last year with Street Fighter 6 has been a very rough journey for me because I haven't played competitive fighters in a very long time. And I put a lot of time and effort into trying to learn. And I understand I get so emotionally upset and full of rage and adrenaline, and it makes me say and do dumb shit when I play Street Fighter. But at the same time, I think people see the climb that I've had. Like, wow, Phil actually isn't bad at fighting games. He actually was good all along. Just he never put the time and effort in. Now that he's doing that, look at how well he's doing. And then I get someone who goes out of their way to go crazy and donate something like this, which I never expected or asked anything for. You know what I mean? Like, life is just crazy positive. I don't know how I could possibly look at my life and say, oh, wow, what a horrible, negative life. What a loser I am. How could I say that? There's people who will say stuff, the Keemstars of the world, look at me and say, what a loser Phil is, right? How many times has he called me a loser, right? I'm the loser. Really? I'm the loser, the one who has a great life. I'm happy where I am. I know where I belong. I have a very respectful, reciprocal relationship with my viewing audience, right? I have a loving family, but I'm supposed to be the loser in this situation? I don't know about that. I don't know about that at all. So anyway, that's how I stay positive and happy with all the negative things going around with me in this world every day. Because I know how to focus on the positives. I know how to say this is what life is all about. Not all this other shit outside, not because everyone else is better off than me. I'm not going to be like that. I'm just going to be happy with who I am and stay in my lane and be nice to others when I can and try not to be toxic and negative to others, because I found as I've gotten older, the more positive that I stay, the less that I try to get into caring about other people around me, or, oh, someone did something bad to me. Well, let me now sit here and rant about that for hours. No, I'm not going to do entire streams on it and shit like that. No, I'm going to move on. I'm just going to move on with myself and my life and just focus on the good stuff. You know, that's what it's all about. Okay. Let's see. I got a few contributions. There was a $5 tip from an anonymous tipper. What does the surrounding voting base look like in your community? Would people be silently pleased or disgusted with what happened to Trump? You know, I'd like to think absolutely no one would be pleased with attempted murder. You would think that enough people are rational in their heads that even if it's a person you really don't like, that you wouldn't be happy that someone tried to murder them. But I don't know personally what goes on in the minds of people. I'm not a mind reader. I'm not Professor X, you know. Who knows what kind of thoughts there are in the minds of these people. All I will say is here in Washington State, it is incredibly left-leaning Democratic, meaning there's like no chance for anyone who's really Republican or conservative to really get elected. They've tried many times and failed. So this state, no matter what, is going to vote blue and vote for Biden. It doesn't matter what happens. Like, Biden right now could probably walk out on a stage, pull down his pants, and defecate right in front of everyone. And they would probably still vote for him and say, that's the best candidate for president. I wish I was joking, but there's just some certain places in the country that are that polarized, and that's where I live. I live in Washington State. So. Okay. I received a $1 tip. I feel the same way. Even if the world is burning, we can still have a civil, safe space to hang out and unwind. I agree. That's what this is all about for me. You know? That's what this is all about for me. Wise guys just said, Phil, stop trying to spoil the September debates. Come on. Oh, man. All right. I received a $2.20 tip. I would like to see everyone, I would like to say, I hope everyone can come back together like it used to be and stop the crazy divide. Violence is wrong, no matter if it's politics or not. I'm like you, Phil. I don't want to delve into politics as much. I wish the best for everyone. Yeah, I think that's the best philosophy to have in life. Just wish the best of everyone. And the thing is, here's another thing that people don't realize. Are you aware that in the United States, because I don't know if it's like this outside of the U.S., are you aware that our elected officials are actually called public servants? Do you know why? Because the whole idea of our government, the way it works, is that you elect someone who is now supposed to be doing actions that serve the people. Yes, that's actually what it's supposed to be. Somehow now we've distorted that reality. Now someone becomes a politician and they become a celebrity. They're now like supposed to be super smart, bigger than everyone, more important than everyone, right? Glitz, glamour, the camera's on them. Everyone wants to hear their opinion on everything. Everyone wants to give them money and shower them in gifts. And it's like, wait, what? They're supposed to be public servants. How did we jump from the state of you're here to help the people to you are now a godlike celebrity, an idol? Where did that happen? Where did this disconnect happen? I just don't get it, because that's not how it was ever supposed to be. Yet that's how a lot of this is being treated in the United States right now. Exactly. They're supposed to be there for us, not the other way. They're not supposed to be there to dictate to the people what to do. The people are supposed to tell them what they want, and they are the agents of the will of the people. So where did that disconnect happen that our government isn't being run like that anymore? I'm lost. I really am. Is it too late to submit for DSP Reacts? It is not. You need to post up by the end of this stream, because as soon as this stream ends, I'm heading over to DSP Reacts, and I'm making the playlist for tomorrow's show. Oh, let's see. I've received a $6 tip from Guitar Player. Hope you're doing well. Oh, no. He says, my PS5 has quit working. I was in the end game of Persona 3 Reload. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry, Guitar Player. I hope you can get it repaired. Really. That would really suck. The good news is, I'm almost positive it auto-uploads all your stuff to the cloud. So if your PS5 truly is busted, if you get another working one, or you get this repaired, you should be able to continue your game. Okay? So it's not the end of your progress. But obviously, the fact that it's busted and now you got to figure out how to get it either repaired or replaced, that's disheartening and frustrating, and I hear you. I'm very sorry to hear that, and I hope that it gets resolved soon. You know, this is coming from someone who, day one, bought the Switch, literally unboxed it live on stream, hooked it up, booted it up. Okay, Zelda tomorrow. Next day, I go to turn it on, and it's bricked. Oh, what the fuck? I didn't even play it. I didn't even use it. And it bricked. Ugh. Slayer says, I recently started playing Police Simulator and Taxi Simulator. Yeah, what are those like? Am I getting anything on Prime Day? No, I don't have any money to get anything on Prime Day. The only time I ever got anything off of one of these sales on Amazon, well, on the Black Friday sale every year, I buy another one of these. Because literally once a year, my Xbox controller dies. So I buy one new Xbox controller every Black Friday. But that's about it. I never don't have money to spend on anything, so I can never take advantage of. I don't even look. I don't even bother. Because I know I can't afford anything, so I don't even look. I'm rocking the salt and pepper beard. Yeah, it's called my normal beard. This is what it looks like. Daban says, we call our prime minister and even the king a civil servant. They are at the behest of the British people. We can disband parliament and vote new people in anytime we want. Interesting. I don't think we can do that here. I'm pretty sure we have no way to get anyone. Like, let's say we voted in a senator who is terrible, right? I don't think we can get them out. The only people who can get them out is the rest of the Senate. Because I think that's happened. There was a senator who actually completely lied about who he was and his qualifications. He completely fooled everyone in his district. They voted him in, and when he got in, all this was exposed. And within a few months, I think they censured him or whatever and impeached him, and then he got thrown out. But that can only happen with the people there. Like, the people back home have no power. Once you vote them in, they're in and you're screwed. All you can do is not vote them in a second term. The problem is if they're in there for the term, they're already in there for the term of a couple of years or more, depending on what job they're doing, if it's the Senate or the House of Representatives or whatever. Yeah, was it George Santos? Was that his name? I think that was his name. Be great if my chat would work. There we go. Yeah. Okay. I received a $1 tip. They're comparing the debates between Trump and Biden with JFK and Nixon. The difference was astonishing. JFK and Nixon were so respectful to one another, no interruptions, fully professional. What's happened to our country? Exactly right. It's like I said, we've become a country of extremes. There's no more professionalism. There's no more intelligence. There's no more maturity. It's just grown-up babies yelling at each other. Pretty disturbing. Slayer says Police Simulator is a game. You simulate a police officer in the U.S. and Taxi Simulator is a simulator where you are a taxi simulator in Barcelona, Spain. Oh, that'd be interesting because not only would you see like what's it like to be a taxi driver, but also you'd see how different it is, maybe like Spain driving laws and stuff. I wonder. Oh, excuse me. Dabian says over here, so this is in the UK. If we don't like the current government, we can hold an emergency election. It happens within 2 weeks of us deciding we want change. We literally had one last week. Oh, wow. I don't know about anything like that here. Ad the Gamer says, can I send you a beta code for the closed beta of Concord this weekend? It's very good. Does anyone have any desire to see me play Concord? Anyone? We were talking about it today on the podcast that coming up, I'm about to finish Elden Ring, and within 2 streams, we're also finishing Riven Remastered. So I'm going to have 2 open streams to do whatever soon. And we were talking about what to play, and a lot of people had ideas like Luigi's Mansion 2 remake, System Shock remake. What was the other one? There was a good one. Oh, well, Mario and the Thousand Year Door, Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, but there was another really good one too, but I can't remember what it was. There was another really good option of something. Man, I'm having a brain fart on what it was. I'm sure if I watch back the podcast from earlier today, I would get the idea. But yeah, like when we were talking about that stuff, literally no one brought up this Concord game. Oh, I know what it was. The other game, what is it called? Path of the Goddess. That's coming out on Game Pass next week because it's a Game Pass game, so there's like no skin off my back if I play it and it sucks or whatever. So you try that. Maybe I'll try that when it comes out. Yeah. Mark says, do I think there are too many extreme left-wing and right-wing people in the U.S.? Why can't people meet in the middle? I think like almost everyone is. Like, no exaggeration, I think almost everyone is. That's the problem. Either you're with us or against us, and you're either over here or over there. There's no one who's willing to like have a conversation across the barrier and come to a compromise of how we can all get along and prosper together. You know? Say what you will about certain senators, okay? A lot of people used to give John McCain shit, and to this day, a lot of people give Bernie Sanders shit. But those are 2 guys, for as polarized as they were in their own parties, they would constantly jump over the party lines to work with the other side to try to get stuff done to help the American people. I don't agree with a lot of the stuff Bernie Sanders stands for, but I respect him immensely for trying to at least help the American people when he could. And it was exactly the same thing with John McCain, okay? But now, no one's willing to do that shit anymore. Everyone just hates everyone. Everyone's an evildoer. Evildoer. You would call your political opponent an evildoer. Really? What is it? Also, do they have a curly mustache? Right? Do they go by the name Dick Dastardly in their off time from the political spectrum? Right? Do they have a dog that goes when it sits next to them in the evil sidecar when they're on their motorcycle? Like, what are you talking about? This is supposed to fucking be adult, realistic politics, and this is the kind of shit we're saying. Oh my God. Oh boy. Generation Z has been a while since we played a Nintendo game. Maybe you'll play Luigi or Paper Mario. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Darth Glowbox is crazy to even look at Romney versus Obama back in 2012. It was just different times. It was. I'm telling. When I started as a YouTuber, it was such different times. It was. And that was what I started on YouTube in 2008. My prime years were 2011 through 2013. The world was completely different than it is today. 100%, like not even close to being the same as how it is today. I feel like I'm living on another planet. Like, when was there a dimensional shift and I got sucked into the alternate universe of the multiverse? Because it doesn't feel like it's the same one. The cultural shifts have been insane in the last decade. Guys, I mean, can you believe this? I used to be popular on YouTube. People used to always watch my stuff in droves. People used to love my commentary that was extreme and over the top, right? What happened? You tell me. I didn't change. I was the same guy. I was making content. And all of a sudden, the whole climate of culture changed and said, oh, that content that he makes isn't good anymore, right? I mean, again, I didn't do politics. I didn't do any of these things that you would think, you know, I didn't get canceled for grooming people. I didn't get canceled for drugs or sexual abuse. I didn't get canceled. Like, what canceled me? Nothing. Nothing. Literally nothing. Right? But in 10 years, look how everything changed. That's just how culture has changed. It's like, it really is like a different world. It is. Dan the Man, thank you for gifting a membership. It went to Anime Protagonist. Congrats to the Anime Protagonist on the membership there. And thank you, Dan the Man, for supporting the channel tonight. Okay. What time? Yeah. We brought an hour in. I didn't realize. I think we'll do a part split here. So for those who are watching on demand on YouTube, if you enjoyed this, we're going to go for another hour tonight. For those who are here, live on stream, thanks for chilling and hanging out with me and just getting conversation out there about everything. This is much better than me trying to play Stardew while still talking with you. It would never work. So I'm glad we're doing this stream tonight. That's more relaxing and just chilling with the audience. Well, let's take a split apart here. I'll be right back.